Yo, it's good. Hope you're all doing just fine. As we all know, the community has been vocal about how Monster Hunter Wilds feels easy. I know it's super late to talk about this topic, but hey, better late than never. But to be honest, I don't really feel that kind of quote-unquote problem myself. That's because I have been able to artificially create the difficulty of the game to a certain extent. And I'm gonna share with y'all how I did that. Let's jump right in. So, the first thing I did not do is using the optimal healing. Before you all gang up on me, just hear me out for a second. I know it's convenient, automatically heals according to what you need at the time, but you can think of not using the optimal healing as a way to practice decision making. Because you're going to have to make the decision by yourself. Whether you need a mega potion, a max potion, a regular potion, or if you are good and able to tank another hit. To some, this might seem like something unimportant, having to deal with minor decision making. But believe me, this will help you build the habit for tougher calls. Dealing with these healing shenanigans manually will help you get used to making split-second decisions mid-fight. And of course, the whole point of this is to make the game feels harder. So this is a way I recommend doing. I don't use radio, so this is just how I naturally play. This might be tough to some of y'all already having the muscle memory of doing the optimal healing, but I think it's gonna be worth it in the long run. Speaking of muscle memory, I bet most of y'all have already developed a muscle memory of calling your secret mid-fight. You know, getting hit by the monster, then immediately calling your secret to save your ass. Again, a convenient way that eases your burden in the fight with the monsters. And I believe this played a huge part in making the game felt easier. Not me though. I don't call my secret mid-fight. Just because it just doesn't come to my mind amid all the chaos happening in the battle, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just lacking some comprehension now, no. I admit that this is some sort of a habit I got from when I'm playing Rise Sunbreak. You know that you got the ability to do the wirefall when you got hit by a monster in Rise Sunbreak. And it helped a lot with escaping from dicey situations. But sometimes, using the wirefall just led you to your demise. If your timing's off, you will just get hit again by the monster. Can't say the same thing for the secret calling though, since it lets you disengage from the battle safely. What I'm trying to say is, I avoid using wirefall altogether because of the reason I just said. And most of the time, my dumb ass just forget that wirefall exists in the first place. So there's that. I ended up carrying that habit over to Wilds. So yeah. I mean, you can literally do anything while riding the secret, like healing, sharpening, even attack the monster or do jump attacks. It's a massive convenience. That's why I think by not utilizing the secret, it will objectively increase the difficulty of the game. Just try it out yourself and see how it worked out for you. Another way that I think can increase the game's difficulty is by not using the mantles. Mantles used to be an integral part of a hunt in World Iceborne, giving you so much benefit by equipping them. In Wilds, however, I don't think that's the case. You can glide through the quest smoothly even without the help of the mantles. At least that's my experience. The only mantle worth using is the Corruption Mantle in my opinion. And it is mostly used for speedrun purposes. which I obviously am not currently doing. That's why I don't feel the urge to equip any mantles at all. So far, nothing really pushes me to use any of the mantles. Tempered Keyring in Base World is a good example for this. A well-known wall that forces you to use any arsenal available to you. And the Thunderproof mantle is one of them. Again, in Wilds, there's nothing this far that pushes me to go to such length. But for those of you who regularly uses mantles, try not to use it for once. Maybe you will see an increase of difficulty by doing that. Lastly, you can also try not to bring your Palico with you to the hunt. Let's be honest, it's just too OP. They heal you up, gives you buffs, plunders the monster's materials for you, attracts the monster's attention, setting you up some traps, and also deals some considerably good damage to the monsters. It's just crazy. I haven't tried to not bring the Palicos to the hunt myself. I will definitely try it, of course, considering how I beat Zoshia first try in the recent title update. Of course, I carded, but with the help of the cat, my cat, I don't really feel the urge to fully prepare for the Zoshia fight. I just jump in straight away, knowing that my little furball will always be there to help me get out of a tight spot. And help me he did, even reviving me once for doing a stupid ass move. And this helps me realize how truly OP the Palico is. I mean, you used to have to choose what kind of support you wanted from the cat. Now, they just did all of them at once. That's why I think by not bringing the Palico, you will get a significant increase in the difficulty. Though, I don't know about you, but leaving my Palico behind is going to be sad. So, yeah, I think those things I mentioned will be enough to make the game harder. Most of the things I mentioned are just my natural way of playing the game, excluding the Palico one. Hope this will help you who seek to artificially increase the difficulty of Monster Hunter Wilds. I mean, I still slay Zoshia first try, even though I'm doing all these stuffs. I'm not even good at the game, I'm mid at best, not gonna lie. Still, the Hans MVP is my Palico, so there's that. That's why I'm really looking forward to fighting Arch-Tempered Radar, which is coming soon, so yeah. What do you think? Care to try these things out? Or maybe you got something else to make the game quote-unquote harder? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, remember to stay away from poaching and hunt within regulations. Peace.